Black or green, hot or cold, tea bags or loose tea. How do you like your tea? For many people, ice cold sweet tea is the drink of choice. Sweet tea can also be made in a variety of ways. Sweet tea is recognized as a southern drink, but lovers of sweet tea can be found throughout the world. Facts about sweet tea. Sugar levels. Sweet tea can be lightly sweetened or it can be loaded with sugar. It is not uncommon to find sweet tea that has more than twice the amount of sugar found in Coca-Cola. True sweet tea can commonly be found in the South with a Brix scale rating as high as 22. This means that 22% of the liquid is sugar.
Can you say diabetes?
The Centers for Disease Control have identified what they call the diabetes belt. It is a list of the 7 states with the highest rates of diabetes. They are all southern states. Sweet tea is not the only reason for diabetes. It's just one of the contributing factors. The Center for Disease Control says that the diabetes belt has a higher rate of obesity and a lower rate of leisure time physical activity compared to other areas in the United States. So if you're going to drink lots of sweet tea, then make sure you get off the couch and go be active. In the early 1900s, sweet tea was an item of luxury used as an exhibition of wealth due to the expensive nature of tea, ice, and sugar. Ice was possibly the most valued of the ingredients since it had to be shipped from afar at a time when access to cool drinking water was already a relative luxury. In today's modern world, sweet tea can be made easily and is very cheap. Back in the 1900s, sweet tea was an item of luxury. Many areas of the South imported ice from Boston. Sweet tea versus regular tea. Today you can head down to McDonald's and buy a large sweet tea for $1. Sweet tea can be even cheaper and better if you brew it yourself. It's easy to do. McDonald's sells both regular tea and sweet tea. A large sweet tea has 280 calories. A large regular tea contains 0 calories. The calorie content of sweet tea is astronomical. The McDonald's sweet tea is stored at room temperature, and then you add ice yourself. The ice will melt, and then the tea won't be quite as sweet. If you are making traditional sweet tea, then you would make it double strength. That way, when the ice begins to melt, you still have a strong tasting tea. World War Tea. There are green teas, herbal teas, and countless other types of tea. In order to make true sweet tea, you need to use black tea. If you prefer to use green tea, though, you'd be okay, because originally, sweet southern tea was brewed using green tea. Green tea was what was traditionally used, but then World War II broke out. The major sources of green tea were cut off from the United States due to anti-Japanese sentiment at the time, leaving them with tea almost exclusively from British-controlled India, which produced black tea. Americans came out of the war drinking predominantly black tea. Sweet tea alcohol. Sweet tea was once consumed as a punch mixed with hard liquor with flavorings of mint and cream. That sounds disgusting. Origins. In 1904, at the World's Fair in St. Louis, it was hot and humid. A man named Richard Bleckenden decided to ice down his hot tea and began selling it. It was a success. Although this event definitely helped to popularize iced tea, it was definitely being made before this. The earliest known mention of iced tea can be found in an 1877 book called Housekeeping in Old Virginia. National Iced Tea Day. June 10th is officially National Iced Tea Day in the United States. Secret ingredient. If you want to cut down on the bitterness, then add 1/8 of a teaspoon of baking soda to reduce the bitterness. It will also improve the flavor if you let your freshly brewed iced tea cool to room temperature before you place it in the fridge. Equality. There are countless varieties and brands of tea you can buy. For iced tea drinkers, there is no need to buy expensive tea. The best tea is Lipton's. Now, some of y'all are going to be like, you need some fancy tea for the best taste. As my friends in England would say, poppycock. Arctic lemon chill. Many people love adding some ice and lemon to their tea. One thing that works great is to cut up your lemons and then freeze them. You get lemons and ice together. So how do you like your tea? Hot or cold? Black or green? Tea bags or loose tea? Poppycock.